Welcome to the inaugural episode on Coffee on Ngong. Of course, this is your weekly brew where we give you all the updates from sports, tech, business, anything, name it. I am your host, Wangeshi.
And I'm your co-host, Jean-Pascal Kagaloba.
And of course, every week we bring you all the updates that have been happening in and outside the 254 as you sip our favorite cup of coffee.
Yep.
And I don't know what's in your cup this morning.
And my cup, you guys, it's sweet, man. It's delicious, you know. It's a strong coffee brew from Defcon Coffee.
Yeah.
I can't lie, like, I'm not usually the coffee drinker, but this, chef's kiss, man. Chef's kiss.
You know,
can't lie to you.
I've always been a tea person, but, you know, with this new brand of coffee, I have fallen in love with Kenyan coffee, actually.
So this one is sponsored by Peisoko and Backyard Coffee. This one is sponsored by Defcon Coffee. You know, the best brews in Kenya, in the world, going worldwide. So guys, if you've not had a chance to grab, you know, a package of this, a pack of coffee, a bag of coffee. You know, this is your chance, because, bruh, I can't lie to you, man. Sweet, man.
It's been an exciting week in the 254, and of course, the one thing that has taken the world, gained and attracted the world attention was the death of our former Prime Minister, the late Raila Amolo Odinga. I still can't believe I'm supposed to use the name the late. You know, like how you wake up and think, maybe I'm just dreaming.
No, it's true. Ever since I came to Kenya, like, he's always been in the political scene. And like, you know, now coming up to 2027, just like having this like world whereby he won't be like a fact. I mean, I'm not even saying like he's running for president, but like not even just being like causing some sort of like, you know, stirring the pot. Something that, you know, still hasn't like, you know, sat or resonated with me yet, you know. So
we're going to talk about that and what that means for the Kenyan politics. And also something else that has happened is that some non-governmental organizations have started talking about they're named as controversial bills that were passed during the mourning period when Kenyans were mourning something else was happening, and our president, Dr. William Ruto, assented to law some bills that have, gained a lot of controversy. We're going to talk about them. And something else has happened. There's a very young president who has visited our country, and girls, ladies online are asking whether he's single or not. The Senegalese president, but I understand he's not the youngest president in Africa.
he could be.
No,
I think could be like the one from
this army guy is
Burkina Faso.
I think he's the youngest.
I think he's the youngest. But like, you know, we'll get into that, but other stuff as well. We have, you know, for the first time ever, Japan have also, like, you know, elected the first ever prime minister, and there's been like linkages to, you know, her being the female Donald Trump. So we're gonna get into that later on into the show as well. And also, like, you know, if you guys are big fans of Money Heist and all those things, there was like a massive time heist in France. And like, bro, guys, the stories that are going on about it, like, you think it should have a movie. Like, also the spiritual realm, like, it's crazy. So we're gonna get into that as well. And for the sports lovers out there, what can I say? You know, over the weekend we had, like, you know, big games, you know. United beating Liverpool, all I can say. Yesterday we had some Champions League games going on. Arsenal, Atletico Madrid. Arsenal gave them, you know, a good spanking 4-0. Still shocked about it. You know, Barca destroyed Olympiacos 6-1. PSG gave Leverkusen 7-2. So that, you know, there were like big scorelines yesterday in the matches for Champions League. So we'll get into that, like, you know, throughout the course of the show.
All right.
But without further ado, let's get straight into it.
Remember, it's Coffee on Ngong.
Sponsored by
our beautiful Kenyan brand of coffee. You can see it there. We're going to tell you more about it, but keep the conversation going. Make sure you reach us out on Twitter, #Coffee on Ngong. Give us the comments, give us the news that have, you know, made your week, you know, something you've, you know, actually caught your attention. Let us know. But let's dive into Raila's death and what actually that means in the Kenyan political sphere, because I think most of us, especially us in our 30s, 40s, most of us have not actually witnessed Kenyan politics without Raila being involved.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's a lot of conversations about, you know, his death and what that means for the ODM party, because there's been a lot of conversation on some of the political leaders who are hanging on Raila's court, you know, and what the future holds for them. I don't know if you followed some of the sentiments on the leaders who had attended his wedding, his burial rather, on Sunday.
I saw a lot like on YouTube clips, a lot of like the ODM leaders giving like their tributes to him. I also saw like, I don't know if it's controversial, but like, you know, his past rivals. So Uhuru gave a very, you know, powerful speech as well and tribute as well. The current president, Dr. William Ruto, also like gave his speech, you know. But like what struck for me like was like, you know, his daughter. I think her name is Winnie. You know, like I always thought like, you know, a successor was always like the oldest child. But like I was taught that she's the one who's like, you know, probably gonna be the successor for Raila. And I always wondered like, well, how is that possible? But seeing her like, you know, that whole journey that she took to like all the way to India, bringing back her father's body, you know, being there with him for the treatment, you know, being there with his last moments, you know, coming back, now condoling the mom, you know, trying to get things like ready for the funeral. Like it showed like, you know, that like real strength that she has. Something that like, you know, I was like, yeah, it makes sense now where people are like actually like, you know, thinking of her as like the successor and stuff. So yeah, so the people who were like holding on to his coach, you know.
And there are so many, and there are so many. You know, in Kenyan politics, most of the guys, like, they were really waiting for that endorsement from Baba.
That's the thing,
In the Kenyan, you know, sphere, it meant a lot having just been endorsed and, you know, Baba standing up and saying, you know, I am rooting for this one to vie for Nairobi governor.
Because after that, everybody else will like follow back.
Exactly. You know? And I think also, you know, during his death, you know, we've really learned a lot about, you know, it's been a moment of reflection just to see how he, you know, literally the title People's President now really just like really came out,
Because I've been in this country for like, I could say over 15 years. And I've seen presidents come and go. And even from back home, I've seen presidents come and go. I've never seen anything like this. Like, I was like, you know, I was even young to remember, like, I've never seen what I witnessed during this, like, past week since Baba passed away, like, never seen in my life.
And you know what's shocking, We've buried, you know, like, former presidents, you know,
I was saying Kibaki, Moi,
and it was nothing
also
like
Raila's father, you know, like, people have been buried, you know, but I don't know if it's like the impact of social media now, like, where now everybody can now, like, have access, and all of us can come out and, like, you know, convene. But like, no, it was crazy.
But I like that even the mourners, actually the leaders who are eulogizing him during the burial, most of them talked about, you know, his final wish regarding the ODM party, because you can never talk about Raila and not mention about the ODM party. So, you know, it's very clear that he left, you know, like a message of unity, a message of, you know, like, you know, upholding the values of the ODM party. So we are really looking forward to see, you know, what happens. At the moment, his brother has been, you know, he's an interim, you know, like
he's also been like, you know.
But also that has a lot of, you know, discussions, a lot of, you know, communication, you know, so many sentiments around, you know, just him being appointed to, you know, ashikilie your kiti.
But also like, you know, the whole, like, you know, like they've also tried to, like, you know, keep things a bit light. So I think like they've noticed and they've seen like the mourners are really like, you know, feeling pain and they're grieving. So like, you know, for example, like, you know, former President Uhuru, I'm also Raila Odinga's older brother, you know, they've tried to, like, you know, keep the mood a bit light, you know, throwing in some jokes there, you know, which I think it's good also, like, you know, during the mourning period, not just to focus only on, like, on the grief, but also like, you know, to try uplift the souls of Kenyans. Also maybe also for themselves, you know. Some people, they cope with like trying to throw jokes, like, you know, make them like get through the day or get through, like, you know, the grieving period. So I think it's a very beautiful thing to see, like, at the whole funeral procession and the whole mourning period. My favorite quote was from Uhuru, to be honest. The one for, like, you know, when you know they were done fighting on, you know, on the news, and then when the work is done, you know, they go get an Uji, man.
Uji power.
You know?
But I also think, you know, maybe you can leave us a comment, you know, hashtag is coffee on Ngong. Tell us what your highlight was, you know, what you learned from the whole process, from the death of the late Prime Minister until the last day when he was laid to rest. I also think the cultural aspect of the Luo community actually came out, which, if you ask me about my highlight, was when those old elders, you know, came out during the burial to just do their chants as the Luo custom and the Luo community.
The Odotero or something like that.
I don't remember the name, but I really liked it.
Felt, even just for somebody like just watching it like on social media, you could still feel like the power and like the significance of it.
Yeah, it got me thinking I should know about my culture, because I feel like
I learned about
what did we used to do because before the Bible was introduced to us? It's something I'm really interested in
learned
knowing.
about like Kenyan culture, and more specifically about like the lower culture, and I was like, wow, this is like something like very deep. And I think like it's always like that thing of like, don't ever let your culture go away from you, because like, see, like when you go and stuff, like what have you passed down to the other generation, and that's one of the things like the culture, so like if that is still like intertwined in your life and everything, like you can see that powerful message that was sent when Raila passed away. But also because like he had strong bonds, and his also older brother had strong bonds to the culture. So
also there's something interesting that has been happening in Kenya that has been it's been being followed especially by human rights organization, and that is the case of a British soldier who was accused, or rather accused of killing a Kenyan national back in Nanyuki. And if you come from the Laikipia side, especially myself, because I come from those sides, I have had issues being raised from the British soldiers. Remember, we have a British training army in Nanyuki, Laikipia, they are called Batuk, and there has been so many cases from when they are trying their equipment. I don't know, zinakaa kama bombs zinalipuka. People have really complained about the effects of that, and there has been cases of if you go to Nanyuki, if you go to Laikipia, utapatana na pointees wengi sana. So many girls got pregnant with these white people. But the latest case was that British soldier who's been accused of killing, I think her name was Wanjiro in Nanyuki. And the good thing is that the Kenyan government has started the process of bringing back that guy to the country to face the charges.
I remember that story. It was quite some time back, no?
It's been more than 10 years.
It was years back. I remember that story. So now they've brought him,
they're in the process of bringing him back here to face the charges, which is a very good thing, because there has been so many cases of people, being maimed. Some people have lost their arms and all those things. So I think it's a very good thing for people who come from that area. And there has been a lot of question in terms of why are our colonialists still, doing their thing in our country, and those guys are the same people who colonized us. So that is a good thing. So we really want justice, because that family has been fighting for justice for quite a long time.
So what are your views on having like the British Army, like having a camp here? Because in Congo we have like a lot of like foreign armies. I mean, in Goma it's a very prevalent thing to see because of like the political situation and the war tension and everything. But like for example here, if it's just from here to Nakuma Junction, you see like military tanks, UN tanks, soldiers riding on it. It's just something like we're just grown accustomed to. But you see, for us, we've been fed this narrative of like they're here for our protection. And I didn't believe that at first, but at some point, when like the war broke out with the M23, it was them on the front line. They gave their lives to protect ours. So like it's a question of like, okay, why are they still here? But at the same time, you have to look at it as like everything has its pros and cons.
True.
Because also like if you think back to, I think it was the Westgate attack, Dusit attack, fair enough, the Kenyan Defense Forces were there. But who are the first guys on scene? The British guys who were called, no? And also the private gun owners. None of them were Kenyan, were they? They were Indian, they were British, they were South African, you know what I'm saying? They're the ones, especially for the Westgate attack, they're the ones who like, really got the hostages out. The KDF were a bit bamboozled, what's going on.
Even taking it back home in terms of, I have so many friends who are working for Batuk, if I mention, which is the British training base in Nanyuki. So in forms of also employment, it has also, created a lot of employment. So I think when we discuss about, whether the British soldiers should still train, because they train thousands each and every year. Every year, even in terms of economic development in the town of Nanyuki, there are so many hotels, there are so many restaurants and all that. And what would that mean, actually, if the British, soldiers are not coming? So I think as we discuss about this, actually, look at the both sides.
There's a funny story from Congo, actually. So I hadn't been home for, I think, like 10 years. I went back, I think it was in 2023. I could not recognize my own hometown that I grew up in, because of like all these like foreign armies coming in.
Yeah.
The development that I saw, you know, because when I left, like, you know, you didn't see cars on the road like I was seeing here. You know?
Yeah.
Like you'll see, like, you know, those long ass taxis, you know, that you fit 8 people inside. You're going to town, you're going to church, you all enter.
Yeah.
You know, the buses. But now when I went back, you know, you're seeing like, you know, the Mercedes, the you know, Volkswagen, you know, Range Rovers. It's like everybody now has a car. The roads are built. So I was like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, like this is actually development of this area. And then on the counter side was now when it was the Belgian Congo.
Yeah.
Bro, Congo was beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
When the Belgian were kicked out, and then they give it back to Congo. I mean, yeah, good, well done. You know, we own our country. But like, have you seen like just how, you know, it just deteriorated?
Yeah.
You know, all these places that had like, you know, gardens, like, you know, lavish, you know, like it was a good place that had, you know, scenery, like, you know, forests, you know, gardens, all these things, nice houses.
Yeah.
But after, you know, the Belgian were kicked out, we went through a dark period, man. Very, very dark period.
Before we get to discuss about the controversial bills that have created a lot of, you know, conversations. Remember, this is Coffee on Ngong Road, your weekly brew. And of course, this episode, as you can see, we have some amazing brands of coffee, man. I didn't know I would turn to be a coffee person, but it's, you know, it's really becoming very interesting. And I think as you get to learn more about the Kenyan coffee brands, you get to love and love and love more coffee brands in Kenya. Remember, you can keep it interactive. Hashtag Coffee on Ngong Road on X. Make sure you give us your sentiments, your comments. We'd really, really appreciate. Tell us what you think about the British soldiers training in Nanyuki in Kenya. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Also tell us, you know, what has been your highlight during the whole the late Prime Minister's burial? What did you learn? Do you feel, because there's also a conversation about Winnie Odinga, you know, taking the helm of the ODM party. I have seen some conversations online.
What about your boy, Babu Owino?
People endorsing Winnie Odinga to vie for president because they feel she has the charisma, she has everything. You know, she's really created a whole buzz and a whole conversation on everything. And if you check her, her former, her interviews, previous interviews, she's really spoken about leadership. She's really spoken about, what her father, has really, guided and made, taught her during the whole journey. They used to be very close with the father. So you give us some comments. Remember, the hashtag is Coffee on Ngong Road, and it's time to take a sip. Yes. Defcon if you're looking for some nice coffee, the next time you get to the supermarket, this is it. Defcon coffee, right?
Defcon coffee, and this one that is sponsored by Soko and Backyard Coffee.
Backyard Coffee.
A fun fact about Backyard Coffee, it's brewed. That's the spot.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a good one, man. It's just about Backyard Coffee.
Yeah.
It's actually brewed by world-renowned barista champion. Imagine that. So just
Kenyan.
A Kenyan, she's actually Kenyan. She's in partnership with Soko, and they came up with this beautiful coffee that we're drinking. Just think about it, like to win a barista championship worldwide, not just like in Nakuru.
It's a big thing.
Worldwide.
It's a big thing. Very.
And then now she started her own schools. She's training baristas. And also, it's good for the economy as well.
So, I think the day before yesterday, she had some of her students actually compete in a global stage, and I think some of them have taken the very best position. So, that's the coffee we are sipping this morning.
Cheers.
Do you have to have your spoon in the cup?
Is that an ick of yours?
No, it's really...
It icks you?
Yeah.
Your age is showing, but...
Meanwhile, as the world and as Kenya was mourning the death of the late Prime Minister Raila Odinga, just the day when his death was announced, interestingly, our President, Dr. William Ruto, assented to law 6 bills that,
It was 8, I think.
8, actually, that have brought a lot of controversy. Maybe you can walk us through some of these bills, because I saw our presidential hopeful Maraga talk about it yesterday, and I think
Justice, former Justice David Maraga.
Yeah.
I went to school with his son.
Oh, yeah?
Imagine that, yeah.
Eish.
I mean,
Lens, my friend. Brookhouse.
no, not Brookhouse, man. St. Andrew's Story, we repping, man.
That school where teachers come with helicopters and students.
No, only directors, only directors, man. Only
Hey,
directors.
Tory.
Hey, calm
I'm
down.
chilling with the big boy.
Anyway.
Yeah, remember? Oh, no, I'm not letting that pass.
Let's go back.
Because my school days was when you used to have 5 means of transport to get to school.
Right.
There is walking, take a motorbike, pass through the forest, like literally.
I'm still gonna tell my kids that, we have to fight
It's a whole African
we have
thing.
to fight jaguars and lions to get to school.
But me,
man.
literally, I went through that system. no caps. Let's talk about the bills that have, brought a lot of conversations.
Yeah, but before I do that, I think it's important to mention. I think like a lot of people might be taking it out of context.
Yeah.
You see, like people saw the bills after the announcement. So now there's this perception that, the president, thought, okay, yeah, Rail has passed, but let me still do this.
Yeah.
What happened was he had signed the bills before. Then the news of Rail has passing came.
But it was the very same day.
It was the very same day, yes.
Yeah.
But see, like the bill's already been signed.
Are you sure?
That's what
Okay.
I'm just talking about. Like what there's two sides of the story.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you like what I've been told.
Okay.
So from my contacts.
Yeah.
From my contacts in the government.
Yeah. Your government friends.
No, I'm just joking. But no, I just heard just like when men get together over beers and are talking. Somebody just mentioned that. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I understand why he's getting a lot of like backlash, but if that's the case, then maybe just like an unfortunate coincidence.
Yeah.
But anyway, the 8 bills. The first one was something to do with the computer misuse and cyber crime amendment.
Yeah.
So basically, this allows the government to, block and remove websites and apps. Anybody who like breaks that can face a 10-year jail term or a fine of 20 million shillings. Now I don't know if you're ready to go to jail for 10 years,
and I think
or if you have 20 million shillings to give, but
that is what has
that's quite.
It's brought a lot of controversy, especially in this. We are just in the digital era and all that. I need to dive into it and know what are the controversial bits of it. But I have seen people, really talk about that particular cybercrime amendment bill, that particular one.
So you see, the breakdown of it is like it's simple like this.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to call it petty, but like back in the day, when you'd get it's a very stupid example, but it's something like that. Send this to, if it's a photo of Jesus and like a prayer. Say this prayer and send this to 10 people. If not, you're gonna have the worst day of your life.
Yeah.
So basically, something that instills fear in somebody's psychological state.
Yeah.
That is.
Oh, that
is like it's plausible. It's like that itself can be adjudged to a 10-year jail sentence or 20 million shilling fine.
Yeah.
Like something as small as that. Don't think of these movies where like they've gotten the password, now they are revealing missionary like army secrets. No.
Yeah.
Just a simple thing like if you don't send this to 10 people or you post this prayer, you'll have the worst day of your life. Stuff like that.
Okay.
Then there's also the privatization bill. The French came out, man.
Yeah.
So so basically just talks about how the control of how governments will sell the shares in state-owned companies. So before, both the Parliament and Treasury needed to approve. Yeah. But now it's strictly independent of the Parliament. So
And the controversy.
So imagine you not having any control over.
And now the Parliament, the majority will always win. And now, when you think about the Kenyan context, the majority are, from President Ruto allies. Technically, they make the majority of the August House. So that might bring a lot of controversy in terms of what is the end goal of passing this particular bill. So those are some of the bills, and I think there are more actually.
Yeah. Man, they only done 2. There's 6 more.
Oh yeah.
There's the National Land Commission bill, but this is an amendment to that bill.
Yeah.
So this allows the commissions to review past land allocations.
Yeah.
So it can manage the compensations of lands, projects, and government projects. So if you have a land dispute, basically, the government is involved. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, like
my ancestral land.
Exactly. So, like, see, like when your father, your grandfather passes, and the kids are fighting, now the government can get involved.
Hey, my God.
Yeah.
Maybe on our next episode, we'll actually get an expert to come and explain to us all these bills that have been assented and what it means. You know, because maybe there could be some that, you know, are to our own benefits. Maybe we do not know them.
But this is actually a very interesting one. The Virtual Asset Service Providers Bill, first of its kind.
Yeah.
The bill brings crypto trading and exchanges under regulation. It requires all crypto platforms to register, ensure transparency, and follow anti-money laundering rules to protect users from fraud. Now, to all of my friends who do crypto trading, Forex, Niger. You've heard now, eh?
Yeah.
This guy's Ibiza Gemini with the V8 there.
That's where they hang out.
That's where now you've heard this. Yeah. Now you see on Matatu like the rest of us, man.
Yeah.
Air passenger service charge. Local passengers will pay 600 shillings more, while international passengers will have $50 added onto their flight cost. Proceeds will go to the tourist fund and weather service. That's harsh, man.
Yeah.
$50, that's like what? 6,000 shillings.
$50?
Yeah. That's like 6,000 shillings.
Yeah.
So, I'm coming back from Congo. I'm going to have to pay an extra 6,000 on already something that's already 80,000 shillings.
That's a bit controversial.
Bruh.
That's a bit controversial. I think that's why the human rights organizations have also come out to, you know, really air their grievances in terms of people arguing that Ruto took advantage of us mourning, because I have heard that, you know, being used a lot that people he has taken advantage of our mourning to actually pass this very controversial bill.
But there's one good one. I like this one.
Oh yeah.
Wildlife Conservation and Management Amendment Bill.
Okay.
This focuses on protecting wildlife and compensating people affected by animal attacks. It increases fines for wildlife crimes, e.g. poaching, and sets clear rules for paying compensation to victims of wildlife attacks or damage caused by wild animals. That's a fair one. I like that one. Yeah. Out of all the bills, I support that one.
Yeah.
You know, it makes sense. You know, a lot of poaching goes on.
Yeah.
You know, and if you watch like, not really National Geographic, but like there are these like stories on like on YouTube, if you just go to like wildlife pages that have like sanctuaries whereby, like, you know, their soldiers have to go fight and engage with poachers to, like, you know, because they've killed an elephant for the tusks, a rhino, and like it's just mad.
Yeah.
You know, because we're in a world now where, like, I mean, we've grown up seeing lions every time of our lives.
Yeah.
But now at a stage where there are only like 800 lions left in the world. Bruh, like, how are there only 800 lions left in the world?
Yeah.
You know, because if you think about, like, living in Africa, like, not to sound rural or anything, but like, you know, a lion, you know, those are like the pride of Africa, you know what I'm saying?
The big five.
Exactly, the big five, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not if you only have 800 left, you're just like, so is Africa losing its identity or what's going on?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's something interesting. I would actually want to dive into it, you know, and get the nitty-gritties of that particular bill.
Yeah.
All right. Those are the 6 controversial bills. I think we've mentioned them. Those are some of the news that have, you know, captured our attention this particular week. Can I ask you something? If the world was a coffee shop. Yeah? Coffee shop.
Yeah.
What do you think the US and China would be arguing about or fighting about?
See, who has the better coffee? Who has the cheaper coffee?
If it was a coffee shop.
Coffee shop?
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll be discussing on, like,
if the world was a coffee shop, like it's a coffee shop.
Yeah.
A coffee shop. Remember, the coffee is... Already there is coffee in the coffee shop.
Yeah.
What do you think the US and China would be
arguing over, like, prices of the coffee they're selling? Because, you know,
China, this is a coffee shop.
Bruh.
You are US, I am China.
What don't you understand?
What are we going to be arguing about?
Bruh, what are you understanding? It's a coffee shop.
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
That means you have your coffee stand.
Yeah.
I have mine.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they're competing on, like, who has the more customers based on, like, you know, what's the best coffee, or who has, like, you know, the better quality. I mean, what else are you looking for?
Personally, I think if the world was a coffee shop, China and US would be arguing about who is going to pay the bill.
But why are they paying the bill and
Because it's a coffee shop.
But they own it.
Anywho, it's coffee on Ngong Road, your weekly brew. Remember, we give you all the updates you need.
Yeah, so, moving on from the first ever Japanese prime minister who's a lady.
Yeah.
So that's where things get now real fun. So the time heist.
Yeah.
When you watch Money Heist, all those things.
I'm a fan of Money Heist.
That's just a series.
Yeah.
This professor nonsense, leave it alone.
Yeah.
This thing was live. So in France, I think it happened in Nantes. So there were 4 people. Now the funny thing is 4 people, this thing took 4 minutes.
Yeah. 4 people, 4 minutes.
4 people, 4 minutes. So each person was given 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute.
Yeah.
Bruh. So they posed as construction workers. And guess what this happened? Le Louvre. The Louvre is like the most famous museum in the world.
Yeah.
So the Mona Lisa is kept, if you don't know. So imagine where the most famous painting, the Mona Lisa, is kept. How much security that place has? Security.
Unimaginable.
If you watch Lupin.
Yeah.
You watch Lupin?
Of course not.
Oh.
I told you I'm a local girl.
Okay, for the people who have watched Lupin, there's an episode, I think season 2, where he breaks into the Louvre and steals the gems and stuff. And I think that's how these guys got inspiration from.
Yeah.
Because they posed as construction workers. They came in the truck. The truck has that ramp that lifts them up.
Yeah.
They entered the window, and they had this specific glass cutting thing. Doesn't ring the bells. It's like a laser cut, but bro, it was professional. 4 minutes in and out. Bro, they stole diamonds and gems and ruby stones that date back all the way to Napoleon III's wife. Imagine.
Yeah.
Not even his wife, his third wife.
Yeah.
So these are royal crowns and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's worth 30 million, 40 million euros.
Yeah.
And they stole it. So they got out, disappeared, not to be seen again.
No security had noticed there's something abnormal happening.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So now they've gone, disappeared. Now this is when it gets very funny.
Yeah.
So people are starting to look, Now you see, when they say don't touch things that don't belong to you.
Yeah.
Especially when it belongs to dead people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now, the day after, guess what happens and hits that town?
Yeah.
The most vicious tornado. The most vicious tornado, bro. Pop. Guys.
Are you serious?
Being serious. Unfortunately, one person died, but hundreds were injured.
Yeah.
So RIP to the person who passed away. But this is not a movie.
Yeah.
You still
a scene from a whole movie. Yeah.
It's you woke up the answers, the spirits, man. So there's a whole tornado, damaged lives, everything. And even a detective, an art detective who works in Paris, now said that, if these things aren't found by the weekend, they are gone. Because these guys are going to dismantle each piece and sell each ruby, stone, diamond.
Yeah, and that's interesting. I need to follow up on that story and get all the details.
I was reading this thing and I was just you can't be serious.
Yeah.
Because legit, this was an episode straight out of Lupin. Straight out of it. Nothing
has ever happened on that magnitude.
You can't steal from the Louvre, man. You can't even get next to State House.
Yeah.
Now the Louvre. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Different level, man.
It's the most protected place, so you wonder how they managed to get their way.
Man, that's saying where there's a will, there's a way, man. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Remember, if you're tuning in, this is Coffee on Ngong Road. Of course, it's your weekly brew where we give you all the information you need from politics, economics, sports, entertainment, name them.
And remember, sponsored by Pesoko and Backyard Coffee.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Defcon Coffee, guys. This coffee is muy bonita. Muy bonita.
What does that mean?
Very nice.
Oh,
very
nice.
beautiful.
Nice.
Man,
nice.
You see, you're looking.
I just imagine I need to learn one foreign language. I just know.
I speak French,
Swahili,
Italian, Spanish, German, Flemish.
Where has that taken you in life?
Yeah.
We are still here together. Anyway, there's something you wanted to share about statistics before we get into the entertainment and sports world as we wind up.
Yeah. So, these are just some surprising stats that for some reason I know. I don't know why I know them, but they're here. But do you know that in Tanzania,
our majirani,
just your neighbors,
mashemeji.
That's your neighbors, yeah. But at the time it was called, back then it was still Zanzibar. So They had a war against the United Kingdom, and that was like the shortest war ever.
Yeah.
Guess how long it took?
An hour?
38 minutes.
What do you mean?
Like
is it documented in history, really?
The shortest war in history.
Oh, yeah?
Was 38 minutes.
Between Kenya, Tanzania?
Tanzania and the United Kingdom.
What were they fighting about?
Probably like, trying to get their independence and stuff.
Yeah.
Because back then it was called Zanzibar, Sutinante or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, 38
Is
minutes.
that a war, an argument between two
I'm
states?
telling you, man. Even back in primary school, like our classes were longer, like 35,
right?
40 minutes,
Yeah.
No, this took 38 minutes.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Then since you talked about Norway, let me give you another fun fact about Norway.
Yeah.
So in Norway,
Denmark.
Oh, sorry. So now, because Scandinavian, and plus the flags are a bit similar. It's like you can copy my homework, but just make sure the teacher doesn't recognize. Just change the colors a bit.
Yeah.
So, the town in Norway, where you will not see the sun for 3 months.
Will you stay in the dark or
You stay in the dark, yeah.
Okay, that's
And the town
interesting.
is called Tronsnia. Tronsnia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
Sticking to the Scandinavians, you can tell my obsession with Scandinavian country. In Finland, there's the wife carrying competition.
What?
Yeah. It's a race, but you have your wife on your neck.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, but now the funny thing is that you're running down a hill.
Yeah.
So
it depends the size of
No, just like how many times you'll fall over.
Yeah.
So you're running down a hill. You already have that momentum going against you.
Yeah.
So now trying to keep yourself up, then another body on you.
Yeah.
It's
Do they say Finland is the happiest country in the world?
I believe so, man.
Right?
I believe
Maybe
so.
that's why they have some funny games. Because those ones, if you bring them to Kenya, it will be problematic.
And then another fun fact. I don't know if you knew this.
Yeah.
It's a global fact. Do you know that bananas? What do you think a banana is?
It's a fruit. Is it a fruit?
No, it's a fruit. Yeah, but like the thing I'm trying to say is that bananas are berries.
A what?
Berries.
Berries?
Yeah, you have like strawberries,
blueberries, and all that.
Yeah, it's a good thing you said strawberry. Strawberries aren't berries.
They are what?
I don't know, but they're not berries. Bananas are berries.
Hashtag coffee on Ngong Road. You can also share with us your fun facts, and keep it very engaging on X. And as we wind up, we want to dive into sports and entertainment. I heard the ODM chair, Gladys Wanga, mentioned something very funny during the late Prime Minister's burial, and he said the new stadium that is being constructed along Ngong Road, which was supposed to be named Talanta Stadium, she had a suggestion that it should be named Raila Odinga something stadium, and she made a request to the president if he can work his magic, and make it possible for Arsenal to come and play with Harambee Stars. I actually saw somebody write what it would take for Arsenal to come and play with Harambee Stars.
I don't think it would take much.
It wouldn't, right?
I don't think so because Arsenal, first of all, when Raila passed away, they made an official statement on their page.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two is Arsenal have sponsors visit Rwanda. So they already have ties with the African
Rwanda
continent.
is closer to Kenya too.
Now, thirdly, you forget also, when Everton was sponsored by Sport Pesa, they came over and played.
Yes, they did.
When Rooney was here.
Yes, they did.
I was there in the stadium watching.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice. So
he
it's very
banged the goal from halfway line.
So it's very possible for Arsenal to come and play with Harambee Stars.
But see, like, a lot of these things is also like, I think for them it's also seen as like, a charity CSR thing.
Yeah.
We see like, they'll come in like, any money that they make from the ticket sales, like, the proceeds go to like, the charities back in the UK, So like a lot of like the UK teams always have these like charity foundations.
Yeah.
Like Manchester United have like, we have like a, how do you call it? We have like a soccer aid foundation for kids with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
We have charities to like help local school children in Manchester, like with meals.
Yeah.
Like if their parents are struggling, also medical bills, all that stuff. So like for them, it's like it's a good it's like good publicity for them as well. It's like sort of like a win-win for both Kenya and also for Arsenal itself. You know, they might not send like their stars.
I would go there to see Saka. That's the only Arsenal player I know.
That's the thing. You see, like, if you think about it, like the global football calendar, after the league is done, they normally have like, you know, international competitions. So he might be away with England at like the World Cup is coming. So like, they might not be able to send like their stars.
But we want their stars. We don't want.
Do you want the stars? Or do you want
to bring all the players that stay on the bench that we do not know their names?
No, you know their names. Just that like you might not see that the Sakas, the Martinellis, you know, the Gabriel, Saliba. No, Manchester United.
Oh, no.
Mr. Football guy. No, football is my stuff, man. Not anything sports.
Let us know what you think if Arsenal were actually to come and play with the Harambee Stars on the new Talanta Stadium. You know, if they were to play a friendly, do you think Harambee Stars stands a chance to beat that small Arsenal team?
I think when they played Everton, when the Harambee Stars played Everton, I think they went to penalties, I think. I think they lost on penalties. I
don't remember, but I remember that.
Oh, yeah, I just remember Rooney, halfway, boom.
Yeah.
Made you guys look African, you know.
Yeah, walk us through on some of the other sporting things that are happening or have happened. I only know Arsenal won. Did they win the last match they played?
First of all, before you go to small teams like Arsenal, let's talk about the big guys, Manchester United. You know, everybody for the longest time, for like a year, has been, you know, actually longer than a year, but since our new manager came in, Ruben Amorim, people have been talking a lot of negativity about our system, formation, tactics, players don't fit, you know. And to be fair, they've been right. We've not been putting in our best performances. But the thing is, like, this season, like, you know, you've seen when it comes to big games and big moments, we've actually put ourselves out there. You know, going into that game against Liverpool, people were like, yeah, we're going to get smashed. You know, we're going to get hit. Because, like, you know, some of our star players were injured or not playing. Liverpool had all their guns, you know. They spent, like, what, over 300 million in the summer transfer period. Brought in, like, Isak, top scorer last season, just after Salah. So imagine they had all the top scorers in their front line, did nothing. Our boys contained them. So, you know, United, I think, like, you know, just have to give a manager time, you know, to like let them get their ideas, their formation, you know, their tactics right. And like, you know, let's see how things go.
I'm not a big fan of Manchester United.
I don't care what you're a fan of, man.
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Chelsea.
By default.
Why?
By default, I'm a Chelsea fan.
Why?
Why are you asking me questions?
No.
Girls, as women support football for very different reasons.
I want to know your reason.
Sometimes it depends who you are dating, number one.
I don't care about
who you are dating when you love sports.
Who
you are dating.
You as one dish.
I loved Chelsea when there was this N'Golo Kante.
Just the other day.
No, I liked him for a very long time. Liked him.
Yeah, N'Golo Kante was there just the other day.
Don't ask me questions, man. You don't ask women questions about just when they tell you they are supporting this team. You know, sometimes we go with the winning team, but I have a strong.
No, funny thing is, like Tottenham finally won a trophy. Won the Europa League. The amount of women I've seen on the road now wearing Tottenham jerseys never existed before. But these days, Tottenham. Like, you even know a Tottenham player? Come on. But yeah. Yesterday, last night, there was Champions League football. And my, oh my, it was a goal fest. Absolute goal fest. Like, you know, the Champions League, you know, it's a very competitive league. You know, the best European teams. So score lines aren't really like, you know, massive. Maybe like a 2-0, 3-1. No, goal difference to like 2 or 3. Yesterday, guys said, you know what, for Baba, let's pump in goal.
I like how Arsenal is actually playing. I think that the spirit of Jacob is moving, you know. Baba died before those guys won any. Have they won something when Baba was alive? Like, I keep hearing Arsenal has not won any.
This might be a bit a bit dark. It's a dark humor. But there was a tweet for Baba's death when Arsenal put out the statement. And somebody commented, like, it must be so sad that, you know, he passed away without seeing his team ever winning anything. And that's the thing, like, I mean, some people thought it was a dark comment, but for me, it was a bit like, I understand as to why they said it, because as a football fan, I've lived where I've seen my team win stuff. You know, I grew up when United were on top. Like, we won almost every single thing every year. So I can die because I've seen my team win. But like, for for Baba, like, the last time he saw his team win anything was 2004.
Yeah.
When they won the Premier League. But that was 21 years ago. He was still a man in his youth.
Yeah.
21 years ago.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
I mean, he has never seen like his team like have the joy of like lifting the Champions League trophy.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it as a dark comment. I thought it was just a very poignant thing of like, yeah, it would really like suck if that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like Tottenham fans, people are like when Tottenham won the Europa League, there was a very old Tottenham fan, like he was 85, 90, and he was in tears because he was saying he thought he was gonna die
without
not ever seeing his team like lift anything.
Yeah.
And you see, the thing is now with the social media and stuff, like when teams win, like now, sporting pages, your team page, journalists, they all tweet, post, like, congratulations to XX champions,
Yeah.
But like Baba never had that. Because back in 2004, there was no like social media like that. So like he never like got a chance to like a post or tweet anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he tweeted, but stuff like that. It's a very...
I hope Arsenal does it this year. I don't know what position they are currently.
They're currently top in the Premier League.
But they always start on top. Then when the league is coming to the...
It's like women always start on top but finish at the bottom.
Wow. And on another sad note, our former Chelsea Manchester player Lukaku, he lost his dad, I think.
20th of September.
I saw his post and just him reflecting on how his dad, played a very crucial role in terms of building his personnel and all that. So condolences to him and his family. That's the only thing I know about sports the whole of last week.
But for those who don't understand the French context of it, so basically what he was talking about as well was, so his father's being buried in Kinshasa because they're Congolese. I mean, they moved to Belgium when they were young. He was born in Belgium.
Yeah.
But blood, they're Congolese, Kinshasa, just like me. Shout out. But so they were not able to travel back for that last ride. Because of so many political reasons and people want to make it like their funeral, So they said, nah, I don't want to be part of all this fiasco and stuff. So they were feeling really bad that they couldn't have the chance to, go on that ride back home and, bury their father. I mean, they'll have chances to go visit the gravesite, but, that whole thing of, it's a powerful moment of actually being present when the casket is being lowered, the dirt is being poured. So it's a very emotional one. And I mean, Lukaku is what, 30, 31, 32? So I'm guessing his dad might have been at most 60.
Below 60, most likely,
So losing your parent
it's not an easy thing.
That's like me, my father is 64.
So
I'm just like, whoa. It hits me. Just like, wow, somebody has lost, So I'm like, yo, so my dad, So,
we pray for him during this difficult time. And we're about to wind up this particular episode of Coffee on Ngong Road.
Sports is still going on.
Oh, yeah? Oh, sorry.
Man, we want to talk about football.
There's
NFL. For the American viewers, NFL, American football. So the league is back. There have been splendid games. And the funny thing is that people who thought that the previous champions were Philadelphia Eagles, fantastic team, best running back in Saquon Barkley, best quarterback in Jalen Hurts. They thought, wide receivers, Devontae Smith, Anthony Brown, bro, ballers.
Is there a team called Falcon?
Yeah, Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
Are you just thinking of animals and then think about it? There's Bears.
Falcon.
There's Bears, Chicago Bears. There's the Jaguars.
About birds and something. That's what.
Arizona Birds.
Falcon. Okay.
Arizona. So So they thought they're gonna do it again the same way the Chiefs did it as well with Patrick Mahomes. They went back to back. But you're seeing MVP, former MVP, Josh Allen last season with the New York, I'm sorry, with the Buffalo Bills. He's injured at the moment, but they are playing spectacular. The Eagles and the Chiefs, they're struggling. Mahomes and Hurts, they're trying, but it's they're missing something,
Because
a lot of the players that they had that won them the Super Bowl, you know, they retired after, so like they're bringing a new generation. Saquon Barkley, I think like his game now has been made known to like the opposition. So like now he's struggling to like, you know, break defensive lines. But yeah, no, the teams that were like lower scouted, like they're really putting in a big shift, you know?
Yeah.
Like the Cleveland Browns, bro, those guys, they've never been like a team to be, you know, thought about, but like, they're putting in a shift. There's also like, you know, the Steelers.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers putting in a major shift. You know, there's a big guy there, number 94.
Yeah.
You know, TJ Watts. Fantastic defensive lineman. Like, you know, it's all about like making those big plays, which he constantly covers. So yeah, it's a very interesting NFL season to watch out for.
Yeah.
In other news, back to football. There's actually going to be like some Europe games being played in Miami, like across America, coming in December.
Yeah.
So I think it's possibly playing in Miami. You know, Miami has a lot of like Spanish-speaking people. There's some Premier League games as well that be played across the US in December. I don't know why, because I mean December and the snow in America is going to be mad, but
yeah,
I don't know why they're doing that.
And all that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a good time to be a sports fan, you know.
Yeah.
World Cup around the corner.
Yeah.
Crazy. African teams, man. Africa, I think, for the first time in like going into a World Cup here, I'm actually confident that we actually have teams, countries that represent us at.
Is South Africa one of them?
South Africa is there.
Okay.
South Africa is there. Senegal is there.
Yeah.
Of course, Morocco is there. Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast whooped your guys the other day. 3-1.
We were just.
My boy. No, 3-0 was it?
Just.
My boy Diallo scored a beautiful free kick, curved around the wall.
Yeah.
Banger.
Yeah.
You know, and first time ever, Cape Verde. Cape Verde.
Yeah.
You know what Cape Verde?
It will be an interesting.
Very small country.
It will be a very interesting World Cup, you know, to watch with those African countries. And just to walk you through the FKF Premier League, of course, most of the Kenyan matches had been postponed actually the whole of last week as you know, in solidarity with whatever was happening. So most of the matches resume this week. Actually, I would love to know which Kenyan team you support. Remember, hashtag is coffee on Ngong Road. I was a Gor Mahia fan. Lately, I have a simple, you know, like a soft spot for Kenya Police because they won the league. Yeah. Like, and because some of my friends play for that. Kenya Police FC. Actually, it was one of the most. You can judge. I'm not very sure, but you tell me. I think Kenya Police players are the most highly paid players in the Kenyan Premier League.
How did they get into like?
They have players from, you know, they what do you call it?
Who makes up the team?
They make players, not really. They get players from, you know, some players, you know, move from Gor Mahia to Kenya Police at the end of the season.
Who owns like what is it called? Kenya Police?
It's a government team.
The government
Kenyan
team.
Police team.
Explain that you government.
That's why they are the most paid.
Yeah.
Give us your comments as we wind up Coffee on Ngong Road. All those conversations, you can tell us what your takeaway has been on the hashtag Coffee on Ngong Road. Make sure you follow us on our socials at Niplug is where you're gonna get all this content. I
used to be a Tusker FC fan.
You used to? Because of the beer? Yeah. You have something before I wind up with a big quote?
Do I have anything to say? No, just like, you know, I think it's been a very good kickoff of
sipping our coffee, our Kenyan branded coffee.
When we were like thinking about this idea and like, you know, starting it out, we were like, okay, how do we navigate it? But I just think like, you know, once you actually get on set, you just flows. You know?
Yeah.
I think it's a very good,
it's
a good show to have.
Yeah, give us your feedback too. We would really appreciate. And as we wind up, I'll leave you in one quote, and I want you guys to tell me who is the guy behind this quote. It says, "You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great."
I think that was me. I told you that yesterday.
You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. I have been your host, Wangeshi.
Oh, you have to guess who said it.
No, I want you guys to tell us on the socials. Until the next episode.
It was me who said it.
Till next time, keep subscribing and following us on our socials.